At one point in time, Jennifer Lawrence was considered to be a rising star in Hollywood in the entertainment industry. However, as time went on, she slowly started to disappear from the scene. Hi, I'm Stacey Taylor, and today I'm breaking down the real reasons why Hollywood won't cast Jennifer Lawrence anymore. So why do you think Hollywood abandoned Jennifer Lawrence? And let us know in the comments below. Coming in at number 10 today, we have the Kardashians. Let's face it, no A-lister in Hollywood would ever admit to being a fan of the Kardashian family, let alone being a very close friend. After all, the Kardashian family doesn't really have the best reputation in Hollywood. But Jennifer Lawrence doesn't seem to mind that, and she's even gone on record to praise the family and admit that she's actually a huge fan of their family and the show. With the star posing for photos with them, interviewing them, proclaiming her love for them, it has caused a large amount of critics and fans to find Jennifer's overall affection to be a little too much. Even when she talked about the family with People magazine, it would leave people cringing after she told the outlet, "When I found out I was going to be interviewing her, I was like, oh my god, my whole life has been building up for this moment. I wanted to get as much information as I could. I wanted to do my due diligence on Kim Kardashian." She since has developed a really weird relationship with Kris Jenner and even goes to eat dinner with the whole family from time to time. Number 9, her talent. In the beginning of Jennifer's career, a lot of people admitted that she was a force to be reckoned with, as she was able to win over a lot of roles that many other actresses at her age could only dream of having. With Jennifer also being given the title of America's sweetheart pretty fast, she then went on to use a lot of humor in her interviews in an attempt to become more likable and show that she was a really down-to-earth girl. However, at this time, critics then began to question her talent on the big screen. Sure, she looked like the full package, but can she really act? And this is a question people are still asking themselves today. And if you take a look at her last few box office movies, then the writing is definitely on the wall. As with the movies not really doing well, it kind of proves maybe if another actor was hired instead of her, they could have actually done well. Hey my little peaches, are you liking this video so far? If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so you never have to miss out on what we might just cover next. Coming back to our list today, in the number 8 spot, we have competition. When it comes to the reality in Hollywood, it's hard, it's cold, and it's extremely ugly. As the truth is, everyone has their expiration date, and there are only a handful of stars who can actually make it in the long run, especially when it comes to their careers. Being in the industry, you have to face the hard reality that one day you are in, and the next day you could be out. And it seems like this is the case with Jennifer Lawrence. She used to be everyone's sweetheart with her bubbly personality and jokes, but these days no one's even paying attention to her. It's clear people have grown tired of her shtick pretty fast, and unfortunately for the actress, she hasn't been able to figure out how to reinvent herself just yet. With there being a lot of competition in the entertainment industry, there are hundreds of people who are exactly like the star, who can do exactly the same thing she does every day, and they can probably do it even better in the process. And because of this, the star has been devastated when it comes to losing out on roles, especially when she didn't land a role in Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland. Number 7, box office failure. Jennifer used to star in some of the biggest Oscar-worthy films in the industry. However, these days she's pretty lucky even to get a good role, especially since when she starred in the film Mother, it failed in the box office. Not only was the film considered to be one of the world's worst movies, it was also considered to being one of the worst movies of the year it came out. With Jennifer thinking that the movie would be an Oscar gold movie at the time of its release, she would soon have a rude awakening after critics would tear her apart for her poor acting skills. Jennifer would then later open up about her failure of Mother by saying, "Did you guys not get it? I gave my body, Darren gave his heart for that script, and you don't get it. It's a little sad." And I remember letting it be sad for a couple of days. However, I think we can all agree that the movie was just confusing, hard to follow, and if it didn't end the way it ended, then we would still be asking ourselves, what did we just watch? But I mean, either way, we're still asking ourselves, what did we watch when we watched that movie? Number 6, tired of her stick. There are only so many times you can fall on your face at a huge public event in a award show, right? Well, for Jennifer Lawrence's fans, they are tired of her shtick. As we have all come to learn, tripping on our designer gowns each time you make a public appearance on the red carpet can get old pretty fast, and believe it or not, it's gotten pretty old. Sure, a lot of people are clumsy like myself. I typically trip up the stairs every now and then. But when you purposely go on to show it in public and constantly talk about it in your interviews, it gets pretty tiresome. Yet Jennifer Lawrence doesn't seem to understand that, and she continues to put on the same klutzy show over and over again. And for a lot of people, it's only getting more annoying than her movies. And nobody is buying whatever she's trying to sell anymore. When she sat down for an interview with Howard Stern, she then tried to make light of the situation by saying next year at the Oscars, I fell on a traffic cone. Everything would be fine if I didn't fall on a traffic cone because it immediately looked like my heel snapped in England. I mean, on the Hunger Games press tour. I fell in every city. You see what I mean? Number 5. Fans don't trust her. It's come to the point where Jennifer's fans can't even trust the actress anymore, as she no longer appears to be authentic, as they think she tries to be one person in public and a completely different person behind closed doors. It's gotten to the point we all know she's putting on an act both on and off screen, and we're completely over it. And for Jennifer, this is definitely bad news, mostly because she has to rely on her fans to help her move forward with her movie career. And unfortunately for Jennifer, she doesn't really have a backup plan, as she once even admitted that she dropped out of school and that she doesn't even have a GED. With the actress dropping out of school at the age of 14 years old to become an actor because she never thought she was smart enough for school, even her parents would tell the star she was completely out of her mind. So when her acting career finally dries up, the actor may have to head to some adult classes, as she won't even be able to land a job at McDonald's, as most jobs now require you to have your high school degree or a GED. Number 4. Her behavior during the Oscar season. During any Hollywood premiere, Jennifer loves to act a little like a complete goofball, to the point we've all stopped counting, as we've seen it come from her way too many times. And it seems like Jennifer's behavior starts to get even more bizarre during camera interviews or when she's trying too hard to come off as funny and likable. But none of her moves have ever worked in her favor. In fact, it's actually turned off a lot of her fans, to the point all they can do is hope that eventually Jennifer will realize that she's being way too much and just start acting like herself again. But it seems like Jennifer just doesn't understand how she can do that. And if that wasn't enough, Jennifer once even admitted to being quite tipsy at a premiere of one of her movies. Not only was this very unprofessional, but it also had a lot of critics labeling her move as pretty dumb, as it's just common sense that you should never go to any job under the influence, and you certainly shouldn't go to a movie premiere absolutely trashed either. But apparently common sense just isn't a thing anymore. Number 3. Ridiculous quotes. It seems like a lot of people simply just are over Jennifer Lawrence and her ridiculous quotes that she makes with her magazine interviews, as it seems like she just doesn't have a filter, or she just doesn't have a good publicist from stopping her from saying things like she says. Like, remember how Jennifer tried to get a plane full of people to chant "Fly Eagles Fly" after they won the NFL championship? With that moment being pretty embarrassing for the star, you would have thought that she would have learned from this mistake, but sadly she didn't, and she's still out here making a fool of herself from time to time. And someone just needs to stop her before she goes on to do a full interview basically just on fart jokes. Number 2. Too much hype. So I think one of the major reasons Hollywood could be closing their door on Jennifer Lawrence is because she has so much hype when it comes to her and her career, especially in the beginning. Her rise to the top was very fast, and it resulted her crash to the bottom to be even faster. But that doesn't mean that there's no hope for the star in the future, as she does have the strength and the talent to pick herself up and to become a force in Hollywood that she is destined to be. However, with saying that, it isn't going to happen overnight, as the star has a lot of reflecting and learning to do. She needs to take this time away from her career to find new management, and more importantly, she needs to find a new way to build her public image. So all her fans can really do right now in the meantime is wait for the new and improved Jennifer Lawrence to arrive. But who knows how long that might take. And coming in at number 1 today, we have her love life. For the longest time, people have viewed Jennifer's love life to be a game to her, as people have alleged that Jennifer only seems to be dating more prominent men in Hollywood in the hopes that it will help her career. While we don't know if this is actually the case, it's not really hard to see why many fans and critics think this, as she seems to move around the industry dating directors and other actors, which could boost her career. With Jennifer making it no secret that her brain is always in panic mode mode and that she has a hard time focusing on her work and keeping things together. It's not really hard to see why the actor is more focused on her love life and everything going on around it, but I think it's going to be a while until we see Jennifer be casted in any Hollywood movie again, because it's just rumored that the star has been one of many major reasons why huge celebrity couples have split. And with Miley's new song Flowers hinting that the rumors surrounding Liam Hemsworth and Jennifer are very much, in fact, true, it might be a while until we see her on the big screen again. Well, you know, that's it for this video, my little peaches, and until the next video, remember to stay juicy.